What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with another fundamentals series. It's been a long time since I've done this, so we'll see how it's going to go. I'm going to run in with Ra just to get things started in a good direction. We're going in with the fundamentals series. You know the drill. The things are over there. Check those out and we'll get going. It looks like we found a game, but then something weird happened. I don't know if I'm going to launch or not. I might have to hit back. Looks like I have to hit back. Anyways, that just allows us to talk about the things a little bit more. Let me just quit here and try again. So obviously number one is the upgrade order. We definitely want to be getting our economy, then our line upgrades, then our ages, then our armory. But with Ra, we're going to kind of ignore some of that. We are playing against a Ra player on the other team. So we'll just see how we're going to go here. First things first, we're just going to move up onto that. We don't have any food just yet. Oh, we have a rhino here. So let's eat that. We're going to have our priest here on the town center to get a little bit extra damage onto this. And we're going to go scouting with our pharaoh. Might even see what we can do here. I think it's best to throw a granary up here anyways. And we'll continue. So we're just going to get some scouting information in. It is a Ra mirror. We do look like we have some food in the front. As it's a Ra mirror, we should be... I may be aware that our opponent is going to be able to keep up with our boom, but we are still going to be playing towards the boom as best as we possibly can here. Okay, that's fine. All right, so 5 villages there. We do have some berries here, but not too much. There's some hyena on our town center over there, so we have to be a little bit worried about that. There are a couple ways we can lose in this matchup, so we should be aware that if our opponent decides to go Bast, we should be a little bit afraid. If he goes Star, and we can just play very standard and let him come to us, is the plan, basically. Getting ourselves an early second town center doesn't really matter all too much in this matchup. It's really all about getting our farms out and our rain nice and early. Depending on the food situation, if we have some good food, like if we find a whole huge amount of giraffe, for example, which sometimes happens on this map, it's probably best to go for those, but we do have to be very aware of whether or not that is an option for us. Which is why we're going for the scouting and not just sitting in our base here. So I'm going to chuck a whole bunch of villagers over onto wood now. Actually, let's just come onto this wood location here. That's going to be to get all my upgrades. I want to be getting shaft mine and irrigation as fast as I can, but also all the other upgrades before that are very important. So it is looking like it's a bit of a nightmare map in terms of hunt, which is fine. We have found ourselves some... I better chuck a villager onto houses and get myself a monument as well. These villagers here are going to want to move forward onto these gazelle. There's not a whole lot of them there, which makes me a little bit nervous. And I think the best town center to go for might be that one, even with the hyena on it. But we'll be right. We'll figure it out. Just move forward onto this now. The house should be up early enough here. As long as you start it before you get to 14, you're going to be fine. And now we're going to come up onto this, move everything up there. I'm not going to put everything over there, actually. I'm going to actually jump onto these pigs here. We do have a decent amount of herdables, but this is going to have to be a rain situation. As we do get our house and we get our temple coming up now. There's no real reason to not throw it up first. Going double monument isn't a bad idea here either, to make a whole bunch of Pitsukos, but you don't need to throw it up super early. I mean, there's definitely, like, if I had better food on the map, I could go for a better build to get the monument out and get the town center, but there's no super need to be hyper efficient while we're going for fundamentals in terms of the build. Just kind of get everything out in the right order. I'm going to be getting husbandry first here. That's going to fatten up these pigs or herdables. I'm a little bit worried about some stuff here. It's going to go down. I'm going to try and bring this gazelle closer to my granary. Okay, that's fine. And I think we should be able to advance fairly fast here. I'm going to get one more village. Oop. Let's try not to have that happen. And then we're just going to sort this out. And we should be all right. So just make sure you're not going to be silly. Get our houses up. Using our time here efficiently. I might get one more villager. I don't mind advancing late in this matchup. I've said it before. I don't in this matchup, advancing late is not bad. There are rhino there, but I'm not going to eat them. And because we put villagers on wood so early, I think I need one more here, just for pickaxe and shadoof and plow. Okay, so now we're going to force drop. Just get all our villagers to force drop. And we're on our way. Everything kind of over onto golds here. I do want to move my pharaoh over here as well. Get ourselves pickaxe, live the dream. Those villagers out here on the hump will simply just come back onto my chickens. Even though I do have husbandry up, it's gonna be fine. I'm gonna keep an eye on this and maybe I might just bring these guys back here now so that they force drop or so that they drop their food into this granary instead of into this granary. And this villager can just happily finish up over there. That way we get the maximum value out of our priest here. And all of our hunt is fine. We're not going to lose out too much food here on the decay. So weakness is in our position here. This gold mine, getting pushed off, that's going to be important to keep very, very good eye on that. If we don't keep an eye on that, we might end up just losing the game to a very big push. So I think we should make sure we go through this town center here. It's going to give us some mercenary to defend that. And then we can think about walling it up. We'll move over here onto the town center now. We don't have enough resources straight away for our shadoof or our plow, which is a big mistake from me. Actually, we're going to go on to gold here, and we're going to actually drop some of this food off and then move our priest. That way we can get all the gold we need. I'm going to build an armory as well. You need to be empowering. These villagers can jump onto the hyena here, and we'll just work out the fact that we've kind of butchered this a little bit. We need to scout a little bit, check out our corners. We have a really, really good market here in the corner to this town center. Something to note that we can go for early trade here if we really want to. And now we can get this. And we're just working towards getting ourselves plow as well. And then we can jump onto... Oh, we are not going to have this... This town center here is going to be a little bit sad, but what can you do? Oh God. A bit of lag here. Oh well. Okay, so now we can get plow. Now we're going to drop this food in. Come here. I'm actually going to get a priest here as well. These guys are fine. Okay, so move this over here. Now the shadoof is grabbed. We're just going to start throwing up our farms. And we're going to go for a big boom here. So he went shadoof, I think. So a big boom essentially means there's his dark. So a big boom essentially means that I'm not caring too much about my gold situation by how many farms I'm going to build. So normally I prefer to go 12 farms, right? And then rain. But what I'm going to do here, because I can, is go for 15 farms. So we've got 7, 14. So one more farm. And then we'll just rain early so we can beat him because he hasn't got his town center up yet. So I doubt he's got farms just yet. So our food will skyrocket, and then we can jump over here onto this situation here. Throw up our monument as well, when we can. There we go, monument. Remember, we wanted that second monument so we can make Betsukos, just in case. Our Wadjet can probably come home. We do have a relic here as well, which I haven't seen yet. Our Achilles, we're looking to get ourselves a shaft mine as well as soon as we can. It's going to be a super late heroic age. But again, in this matchup, probably doesn't matter to go this late. Probably doesn't matter. And we can get this shaft mine as well. Boom. And we've also got a rain that he's going to cast, which we're going to get access to as well, which is really, really big. So he's on his second town center now. Finishing off this house. You can probably jump over onto wood. And we're going to get up now. Alright. Okay, so this is good. Now, normally I'd move my pharaoh over onto gold here because we need more gold. So that's what I'm going to do. That makes sense, right? Normally I'd do something, so let's do it. So at this point, I'm actually thinking about setting up walls to start my trade route because this, like I said, this is going to be really, really good for us. If I can hold on to this location here, it's going to be good. So I see a lion there that I can kill. Better kill that. We want to get ourselves hand axe as well. And now we can check this wall up. Let's wall this off here. We'll go and throw that there, and that'll be fantastic for us. These villagers over here can come over here. We're going to actually even wall off this as well to be nice and protected. I'm going to even throw this villager over here to wall off over here. Just nice and early. There's no sense in waiting here. If he catches us out, he catches us out. But I'm more than happy at this point, given he hasn't advanced. 9-minute advance time here for us is really, really good. Send this villager into the corner. This is a big thing here. Get ourselves irrigation. Send the villager into the corner. Don't build the market, and it'll show up as idle. If you're good at checking your idle villagers, you can do this, and you're never going to have any issues. We're just scouting around with this Batsukos. If we find any stray villagers building walls like we're doing, we can kill those. And now we can throw that market up in the corner, and we can even look to get ourselves that third town center. Now, the rules state that I can actually do this, and I've got so many resources here. I'm actually going to. It's going to be greedy. I'm going to do it. That's fine. And we've got our Migdol up, feeling nice and safe here. The siege works is nice and expensive, but we're going to get that now. And onwards and upwards, the boom has commenced. Okay, so he's got a random obelisk there, just checking things out. I'm going to start making camelry. Okay, we've been found here, so let's actually just leave. Don't want to lose my dude. And we're going to be looking to try and get ourselves quarry as fast as we can. You can note that I have delayed bowsaw. Normally I wouldn't get bowsaw here, but just because of fundamentals I am. Just because I've only got 3 villagers on wood and I don't have any intention to put more villagers on wood at this point. But because we're going fundamentals, I'm just going to get them just so we don't forget later in the game. That's generally the idea here. There's our quarry. And once our market is up, we can also start buying some more resources here. Over here, we're going to throw down a whole bunch of farms. I'm going to throw up another market. These guys can come over here. And we're doing a little trick here to get these farms up as fast as we can. So idle villagers, and then idle villager button, and then click. Oops, I misclicked. Okay, so now we're getting our trade route sorted. And that's going to be really big. There's his Hathor. Got all of our dudes here. And we're going to start looking to control more of the map here. So what I mean by that is, we're just going to move forward. We're going to throw more walls up. And we're just going to keep on expanding our position here. Time to throw up another Migdol here. We can even start making some Patsukos. We've gotten all of our upgrades except for Carpenters, which we can't afford just yet. That's fine. There's the rain that we wanted. And that's going to be able to help us spam our trade. At this point, it's going to be really big. We can just start walking forward here. Because we are going for carpenters, maybe get some more wood, and we can start thinking about getting something else here. This guy can go onto wood as well. And we will be able to afford carpenters fairly soon. In fact, let's get it right now. Okay, so now next step is to get ourselves our heavy cavalry. Let's keep expanding our control of the map here. Move forward with this. Wall this. Wall this. These guys can jump onto here. Wall this. Wall this. If at any point he decides to try and stop me here, that's totally fine. We can start getting ourselves some siege towers as well. This villager here has done his job. So we're going to come over here onto the gold. Keep making our trade. Next upgrade we need to think about getting is definitely going to be our fortified town centers. You can see I actually turned off auto queue on my units there. That's going to allow me to keep building villages here. I've already got an army, so I don't really care. I'm just looking to get as many villages as I possibly can get here. In fact, I'm going to buy myself this wood and get fortified town centers right away. Keep doing this. Normally I wouldn't get this upgrade right now because it's kind of a waste, but just to like ram home a point about this is going to be very hard for my opponent to break through if I go for this here. So we're going to get ourselves heavy cavalry now. And I do want to start thinking about you're doing thing. I want to start thinking about potentially going into spearman here as well, just in case he's going mass cavalry. And yeah, I'm mass cavalry here as well. I'm just taking a look around the map. He's still only 2 town centers. I've got full population here. Lots of income. I'm actually going to cheekily, get copper shields. I found some villages, so let's raid this. Shifting sands, so we're going to leave. I can't win that fight. That's fine. I'm going to run this way. I'm going to run this way. No, I'm going to run this way. We're going to leave. No problems here. And we should be able to advance. Okay, we're going to go up through Horus. Horus is generally the better choice. And I'm going to start thinking about getting myself spearmen, because you saw his army composition there. And I'm going to get some more of these siege towers. Now, I can actually do what he did to me with the Shifting Sands play onto something else. So that's a big play we could try. Okay, we're going to keep this wall coming up. Finish this off over here. We've got our armories need to start coming up now as well, so we're going to throw those down. These guys have finished this wall here. It's not the best wall. We just keep pushing forward. Get ourselves some more upgrades on the spearmen, because that's the unit of choice we're going to be going into. We can get ourselves some more of these upgrades in our town center now that we're fully upgraded. And everything's looking up. We can even start thinking about getting ourselves guard towers. That's what we need. He is coming this way, so we're going to actually... Can we fight this is the question. This looks like he's got a whole bunch of chariot archers. So because we're looking for a fight, we start our upgrades here. And the question is, can we fight this or not? So the micro to do in this fight is myth units on myth units. And then we just walk forward. We can actually start making ourselves our spearmen as well, because our economy is quite big. We're not too worried about taking this fight. Maybe throw down some more barracks, because we want to be getting the upgrades for our spearmen here. He is attacking our myth units here. I don't care. I'm not trying to micro this too much. I don't care. We just keep pushing forward. We've got ourselves our tornado here. I'm going to get ourselves this. Oh, and we're going to get flood control. We are short just a little bit of resources for our champion upgrades, but that's okay. We are fighting now. I do feel like we've got an advantage here. He's throwing up a Migdol on this spot. And as soon as we get the food here to... Actually, we could probably cancel these camel caravans at this point. It's probably why we don't have the food. And you can just see that our army here kind of just pushes through and wins. Because we've got all the upgrades. Look, he's got nothing. Well, he's got some stuff, actually. It's kind of surprising to see all that. There's the Osiris here. I can Shifting Sands this Osiris if we need. In fact, I'm going to retreat now because I'm a little bit scared. A little bit scared of the Son of Osiris. Let's finish off these farms. Oh, I've got a good farm space over here, actually. This here, I should be doing that. Hold on, let me retreat back here. I want to move over on this side of the map as well, because there's nothing going on over here. I can just move over here and throw down a siege works and start putting some pressure on. Get some more upgrades here. Just retreat back. There's a lot of villages here. So this could be a huge opportunity for a locust. And I'm going to actually throw it down here. And see how many we kill. Looks like we kill nearly every single one of them, which is really nice. And we're going to buy... Oh, I didn't get this. I'm going to buy this. I want to get this as soon as I can. Looks like we've found this situation here, so let's wall this off. No sense in not. Okay, we've got all our upgrades. Good. Start getting these. And we can kind of just ignore what's going on here a little bit. I can't use Shifting Sands on the Son of Osiris until everything else is dead. Okay, let's pull back. I still want to get myself champion cavalry, so let's bail on this. Okay, we finish off this wall, get that. Fortified walls is good. Let's try and get some damage onto the Son of Osiris. It's kind of the only thing here. I might actually tornado this, because this will kill off a lot of his units, and then his Son of Osiris will be a little bit out of position as well. Maybe we should kill this. Let's just start spamming these bad boys and get Magi. Okay. So now we have this here. I'm actually going to even throw up some of these towers so we can start thinking about sieging that location there. What did he locust? I locust my town center? I don't know. These guys can come to another gold mine here. And we can build ourselves a catapult on that location. He's gotten himself... Okay, we are still building these guys. Okay, that's fine. So we'll build a catapult and we can start targeting this town center down because we controlled the map well early game. He is looking to try and push forward here. But we've got a whole bunch of units, so we should be fine. Looks like this might need some repairing, so we should repair that. We can get architects here, that's going to be helpful as well. I still don't have these upgrades here, which is hurting me just a little bit. I want to stop building these siege towers here so I can get the catapults on the forward front. See if we can shifting sands this in here. We do. Kill him! Kill him! That's a dead son of Osiris. Now we can get this upgrade. This is fine now. We actually can move over here to a better gold mine. And at some point that'll actually start coming through. So we can actually do this thing where we cut all these units here, because what's important at this point is that front here to target this town center down, because there's not really anything over here, but I am making a good push forward. And we can now get our more upgrades here. I don't know why I got burning pitch, but I did. It looks like he's lost all of his units. His village is coming over here. And we are set up to defend kind of anything on this location. We get crenellations as well. Get that upgrade for our... oh, he's over here now. Now we can start production again, because we need to. But we have our catapult now taking this town center down. We can actually keep building these bad boys. Because we're set up, it's all good. I should be throwing a my pharaoh over onto my trade route here, to be honest. Just because that'll speed everything up quite a bit. Looks like we've kind of lost our position over here. In fact, what we should have done, once we pushed here, is thrown up another migdol on this position and some towers, because we pushed through and we were pushing in here, and we should have taken that location as we were pushing, but I did not, which is a mistake. Now the town center, there's not a whole lot he can do in that position. If he doesn't notice it, it's great, but because I've already controlled this, he can't. There's really not a whole lot he can do. So it looks like he's defending this okay, so we will continue to spam mercenary out onto this position. We have Magi, so it lasts for a very long time. He is trying to repair it, it seems, but we've got another catapult in now. And we can even send some more villagers over here. We've got a lot of resources. Ra, at this point, we're kind of in the hyper late game for Ra. There's no more economic upgrades we really need, or no more upgrades in general we really need. I want to get myself ballisted towers as well. He's on this gold mine. I could be attacking that. I don't need more catapults out of here anymore. We can just spam some towers on this location, and he does decide to tap out. GG! So... things to learn here that are really, really important. These like ballsy walls against Egyptian is very, very good. You can see he didn't do it because against Egyptian, your Egyptian counterpart or opponent isn't going to have any units out to defend this or to stop this. And it takes a very, very short amount of time to get these walls down. Whenever someone goes for a fast heroic against you, and you know they're going for a fast heroic, it's time to throw these walls down. This is some of the easiest pressure you can put onto your opponent for a very, very free cost. So for example, Ra versus, if you're ever versing a Ra player, it's super important to do this nice and early in the game. Doesn't cost you too many resources. The walls are cheap. One villager to come forward and start doing it. You don't necessarily have to be overly aggressive and put it right out the front of their base. But just like nice and safe walls, like here, I probably should have gone to here instead of here. And then just across the map like this. And you get all of this free real estate here to just control this location. And then wherever your opponent decides to put pressure on, you get the time to react and defend. Things that maybe you might want to consider once you're getting better at the game is to consider when you're going to be getting bowsaw and carpenters for Ra. It is that's a double technology you should get at the same time because bowsaw doesn't really give you any boost to your wood income, but carpenters gives you a significant boost to your wood income. So you want to consider when you want to get those. All these other upgrades are really, really good. And then finally, if you're ever playing Ra, make sure that you are deciding whether or not you're going for a good heroic age time, which is 12 farms, or a boomy heroic age time, which is somewhere between 15 and 20 farms. So we went 15 farms for a 9-minute advance time, and that worked out really well here because he was very late. But even so, if you're going for a boomy play and they go for a faster play, you're defending, so you have the advantage there. You got the time to get that boom. Now, he did make himself some camel. We'll check the post game quickly just to show you differences in economy, just based on the fact that we got everything out in a good order versus him, and also the civilian unit count difference by making sure that we never really stopped making civilian units. You can see there's a point here where he stopped making civilian units, and if you look at his military unit count at this point as well, what time was it? This was 1630, and if we look at 1630 here, his military units are continuing to go up. He's already got himself 24 units, and his military units just shrunk straight up, and that means he can't produce more civilian units, which is a kind of advanced fundamental in a way. It's something that I haven't seen a lot of even expert players doing, but making sure you cut production when you're getting to the upper echelons of 115 population or 130 population, or 145 population, to make sure your civilian units are consistently building is super important once you get to a higher level. Anyways, hope you guys learned something. Back with the fundamentals series, going to try and get to 2K. And if you guys are enjoying this one, please consider hitting the follow and the like on YouTube, and I'll see you guys in the next one.